What's up, YouTube? Angry Jackalope here, Rob Ricks, and I haven't talked about Hewlett Packard in a while. When I was working there, one of the things we would do is prank the employees or cleaning staff or whoever was working late at night, because a few of our buildings there were fucking haunted. Plain and simple. We were fucking ghosts. I found this out as a new guard. I was doing mobile patrols, and I was down at PAFC, Palo Alto Fabrication Center. And no, that's not the building. Was it? What fucking building was that? No, it wasn't PAFC. It was a different building. Shit, I can't remember now. I had Dave Bruce, he was a guard that was working there. And anyway, I went in, and it was around Halloween, so a lot of the guards were talking to ghost shit. And I was like, you're not gonna bullshit me, motherfucker. But I went in, I was talking with Dave Bruce, and he was a real cool cat. I liked him a lot, and he laced my boots up, and he was telling me, he had this real mild-mannered way of speaking, like, yeah, Rob, well, you see, there are indeed ghosts here. And I was like, bullshit, motherfucker, who you bullshitting? He's like, no, I'm not pulling your leg. I am very serious. There are ghosts in this building. And so he proceeded to tell me about the time he was sitting there working, and he felt somebody tap him like this and gently squeeze his shoulder, and he turned and there was nobody there. To which I was all, okay, alrighty. And I was like, fuck, this dude's tripping. So I'm walking around doing my things. In the middle of this particular building, there was like it looked like a data center, really. It had a bunch of computers. It had like it was a real air-conditioned room with a array of computers, just racks and racks and racks of computers. And you could walk in and you could walk out. But it was a glass enclosure, so nobody could go in that motherfucker and not be seen in there. So I was like, okay, and I'm doing it, and it's late night. All of a sudden, lights flick on dead center of the fucking building, and I could see the glass chamber with shit, and I don't see nobody in there, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I book over, boom, 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 boom. I get over, I'm looking around, ain't nobody in there. But I do see a piece of paper fluttering, and I'm thinking, must be the paper. Paper set off the motion sensors. Okay, I'll go write it in my log. So I go back, and, you know, I'm writing a little note, because whenever there was an incident, you had to write, well, an incident report. And so, you know, I reported that there's something either faulty with the sensor or there's a piece of paper floating around. So we had this dude that worked there. He was a facilities manager, and he talked like Mickey Mouse. His voice was really high like this. And whenever you would talk to him, he'd say, you goddamn guards fucking up shit. You know, he's just belligerent, mean facility manager dude. So anyway, my report eventually gets over to him, because I reported there was something wrong with the fucking thing, and I get this fucking message back. No, everything's fucking fine in there. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. So next time I'm there, again, I see the fucking lights come on. I go down there. What the fuck? Right? So I'm thinking, oh, somebody's fucking with me, you know. And so I'm in there looking around, nothing. Again, the lights flicking around. I go back out front. There's Dave. There's Dave Bruce saying, well, Rob, I told you, there's ghosts here. There's ghosts here. To which I'm like, bullshit, dude. There's no fucking ghosts here, you know. And he's like, okay. So I move this fucking thing over here, because this thing fucks up the microphone. So I'm like, okay, fine. So I'm looking around. So, you know, fucking, I finally get fed up. I call facilities, and I said, hey, you know what? The air conditioner or something in there, you know, there's something that's fucking it up. There's a piece of paper I keep seeing fluttering around in there. setting it off. And he's like, listen to me, okay? Listen to me. You're wasting our time. There is no paper that can set it off. It only goes off with temperature variation. You mean like hot? Yeah, hot would do it, but cold also. So, it's probably just a damn ghost. And he hangs up on me. There you go. So, I'm like, okay, so that set this atmosphere of it being fucking haunted. So anyway, I'm working in the ICC, Incident Command Center. And we had these doors that we could pop open for people so they could come by and they could ring this call box and say, hey, I left my badge in or whatever, and we could look up their fucking ID shit, and yeah, sure enough, there's a picture of the motherfucker. Chunk, chunk, we could pop a door. Okay? They had these atriums where the employees would go out and they would smoke. And every so often we'd see a new fucking hire and we could spot the new hires because the buildings were intimidating. They were big. They had lots of shit. So you'd see the newbie walking around like looking for stuff. He's looking at the coffee pots and shit. And we'd see the regular guys that work late, and always the newbies were the ones that always worked hella hard in the very beginning. So there's one fucking dude. He's outside in the atrium and he's lighting up for a smoke. And it's funny because the infrared cameras, whenever they'd go up to smoke, that heat source on the front of the cigarette would suddenly make this ball that would appear, and it was fucking hilarious. So one day I go like this. I chimed in the box as I saw him walking. Because normally you push it, it goes beep. It made like this noise, and they're like, huh? And he would draw their attention. Well, I didn't want him to hear it, so I had it pressed before he walked in because we saw he was going out for a smoke break. I pushed the button, and I'm waiting. And he goes outside, and he's out there smoking. And I lean close, and I go, hey. And he goes like this. Hello? And I'm all, over here. He's all, who is that? I'm gonna get you. And he's like, that's not funny. You need to fucking stop. And then I fucking started popping doors. The door would open up. Close. And he's all, about the third door that I popped as it got close to him, that motherfucker just dropped his cigarette and ran. Fucking hilarious. We had some fucking fun with that shit. And then, yeah, the ghost pranks. Yeah, so we would do that from time to time. And, it was always the guys that would freak out. The ladies didn't really go as anticipated. So same thing. I had a new hire. It was a lady one day, and she's sitting out there, and I'm all, hey. She's all, hey. and then I'd start laughing because it was fucking hilarious. I'd be like, she's all, hey, and I start laughing. She's all, pretty funny. You didn't get me though. And I'm like, you have a great night. She's like, you too. So it was fun. So yeah, we would have fun with the actual employees there. But anyway, so that's it for the HP pranks and ghosts. All right, so if you like it, please subscribe, tell all your friends about it. Be good to each other. Until next time.